In France, Italy, Japan, Australia, India, and almost every country on Earth, people hang their clothes outside to dry. It costs nothing. It takes 2 minutes. The sun and the wind do the rest. In the United States, the same thing is illegal in hundreds of communities. Not discouraged, not frowned upon, illegal. You can be fined for hanging a shirt on a line in your own backyard. And the reason why tells you everything about how the American system really works. The clothes dryer is the second most energy-hungry appliance in the average American home after the water heater. A standard electric dryer consumes between 4 and 6 kilowatts per cycle. Run it 5 times a week, and you are spending between $150 and $200 every single year just to dry clothes. Over the lifetime of the machine, that is over $2,000, for something that wind and sunlight will do for free in 45 minutes on any dry day. The rest of the world figured this out a long time ago. In Southern Europe, hanging laundry is not a sign of poverty. It is just common sense. In Japan, balcony drying racks are a standard feature of apartment design. In Australia, the Hills Hoist clothesline is a national icon. Only in America was this simple, free, and ancient practice systematically pushed out and replaced with a machine that runs on electricity and costs you money every single time you use it. The story of how this happened begins in the 1950s. The post-war economic boom created a culture of consumption built on the idea that modern technology should replace manual effort in every part of domestic life. Appliance manufacturers spent enormous amounts on advertising that framed the electric dryer as a symbol of progress and prosperity. Hanging clothes outside was reframed as something poor people did, something old-fashioned, unsightly, and beneath the standard of a modern American home. The messaging worked. By the 1970s, dryer ownership had become near universal in American households, and homeowners associations across the country began codifying the cultural bias into actual rules. Today, an estimated 60 million Americans live in communities where outdoor drying is restricted or banned entirely under what are called aesthetic covenants, rules designed to protect neighborhood appearance and, not coincidentally, protect the market for the machines that replace the clothesline. The environmental and financial cost of this is not small. American clothes dryers consume approximately 60 billion kilowatt hours of electricity every single year. That is more electricity than the entire country of Portugal uses in a year. All of it spent on something that requires no electricity at all when the weather allows. Project Laundry List, a nonprofit that has been tracking this issue for decades, estimates that universal clothesline adoption in the United States would eliminate the need for several large power plants entirely. Multiple states have now passed right-to-dry laws that prohibit HOAs from banning outdoor drying. Florida, Colorado, Hawaii, Maine, Vermont, and others. But in the majority of states, the bans remain legal and enforceable. Here is what the practical reality looks like for you right now. A basic outdoor clothesline costs between $15 and $40. A quality retractable line that stores neatly against a wall costs $25 to $50. Clothes dried in sunlight last significantly longer than clothes dried in a machine. The heat and tumbling action of a dryer degrades fabric fibers with every cycle. Line-dried clothes smell better. They require no dryer sheets, no fabric softener, no maintenance costs. The UV exposure from sunlight is a natural disinfectant that kills bacteria more effectively than most dryer temperatures. And the time investment is 2 minutes to hang and 2 minutes to collect. If your community or HOA allows it, there is no rational financial argument for using a dryer on any day when the weather permits. If your community bans it, you are living under a rule that exists to protect appliance revenue, not your property value, not your neighborhood, not your quality of life. The clothes dryer is a $200 a year subscription fee that was sold to an entire country as a symbol of modern living. The rest of the world never bought the pitch, and the ones who didn't are paying $0 to dry their clothes right now. That is the hidden blueprint. Hit the like button if this changed how you see something you do every week. Subscribe, because next week we are covering another system the rest of the world uses that America quietly banned, and the numbers will shock you. Drop a comment. Do you have a clothesline ban in your neighborhood? I read every single one. See you in the next one. The Hidden Blueprint. Forgotten Knowledge. Modern Survival.